Yo, what's going on, guys? Back again. What is this? Alright, so Friday's officially over. So that's officially a week I've been out for the third time out homeless. So that's something, you know. First few days is always the hardest, you know. But since this was my third time coming out, I guess I was more used to it and prone. That it didn't affect me as much until today. So let's talk about a few things that happened today. And this might just be a quick video. Quick being like 10 minutes, just because it's really cold tonight, and it's gonna get down even colder. It's gonna get down to like 1 degree. So that's basically 0. And then, you got the wind chill on top of it. So you might have some frost, in a few hours from now. So, and then I have to decide if I'm going to walk it back or I'm going to take the bus back. And here's the thing with the walking versus the bus. Obviously the bus is way better because, I don't have a car. So that's my only form of transit of getting around. I'm not gonna ride. I don't have money to buy a bike, and even if I did, the stuff that we would take, I'd buy a bike lock, and then I have to, carry it with me. And I haven't ridden a bike in years, so if I was gonna ride a bike, it would be a motorbike. And I definitely can't afford that. So, bike option is not available for me. So it basically comes down to walking or taking the bus. Now, I'm trying to limit my spending of how much I spend on transit per week. Like, try not to go more than like $30. Because honestly, look at this Need for Speed guy over here. Like, damn, bro, this ain't Tokyo Drift. Anyways, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying now. It just threw off my whole thought. Damn. What was I talking about again? Frig. I was talking about... I just remember I said it was cold out. And, whatever. I don't remember what happened, but what I was talking about. But yeah, today was an interesting day. I finally got after a week of being out here and having struggling with like battery problems and always being low, or like I'd be at a decent level until I start recording. Like, this one recording is going to probably take like 10-15% of my battery life. So it really, these recordings, I mean, they're like the finisher, to like calling it a night. And it's the worst because if I'm running on batteries at night, which has been happening like the last 5 days, then I end up falling asleep even more. Like, I'm still falling asleep, my head bucking like constantly, but like I'm able to get up and like go out for a smoke or like do something like to keep myself awake, because I try not to sleep at a coffee shops too much, because there's already like, it doesn't matter where I go, which 24-hour store I go to, there's always going to be homeless people there, so I try not to. I try not to blend. Like, I'm already there, but like, I try not to do what everybody else is doing, which is like pretty much sleep, because I know, eventually that's gonna run its course. You're gonna eventually they're gonna come up to you and say you can't sleep here anymore. There's gonna be a time limit. All of that shit. I don't want to go through all of that. I just need somewhere to ride the night out, basically. Can't be outside at all. It's too freaking cold. Like, I've already said that in my last video, but you know, I'm not prepared to go out at night. And I tried it once. It was an utter failure, and that was enough for me. You know, maybe if I was with somebody, maybe if I had a dog or something, you know, I'd do it. But I'm by myself, and I'm not gonna go watch a YouTube video while I'm, you know, outside in the forest somewhere. You know, trying to freaking get the tent up. You know. It's just too much, man. You know, and like I was even reading up on some of the Reddit for the homeless thread or whatever, and like yeah, a lot of people suggest sleeping outside, but I'm just like, man, you guys have like experience doing that, or I don't know, maybe you don't, maybe because a lot of them probably just go and I see some suggestions say just go to the Salvation Army and they'll give you a tent or Goodwill or somewhere, one of those places, you know, and you know that probably does happen. I don't see them doing that over here though. That's probably more like a states thing because there's not really a whole lot of, like, I'm sure there is, but they're like scattered, like, you know, foresty areas. Like we have them, but like some of them go down so deep and they're so steep. It's like I wouldn't even go down there. Like the time it would take to get down there, it's like I don't know. Anyway, what I'm just basically just trying to say before I just keep rambling and make this video longer is that doesn't work for everybody. You know, you gotta have a mean pair of sack balls to go down into, you know, a forest and, you know, sleep comfortably. Like how much are you guys even sleeping when you're out there in the forest? Like I'd be tripping balls over every little, you know, branch crack or, you know, rustle in the bush or any sort of noise. You know, I'd just be up. Like I wouldn't even be able to sleep. You know, no matter how freaking comfortable and warm it is. Like I don't know. Anyways, that is, you know, perceptive, a matter of perception, I should say. You know, it's got to tailor to each different person, and you know wherever they're staying at, and you know the temperature and all of that. So there's so many factors that goes into it. You know, so I don't know why I just rambled on that for so long, but yeah, we're not sleeping outside. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's not an option. So I have to go from, you know, I've been going to the same coffee shop for like the past week, just because, like, man, I'm a person that, how do I say it? I don't like change, you know. Like once I find somewhere that I'm comfortable in, like I'll just stay there for like, only if I have to move. Like I'll stay there almost till the day I die. You know, as sad and as bad as that sounds, I'm just not a guy that likes moving around so much. And maybe that's due to me never owning a car. You know, if I had a car, it'd probably be a lot more adventurous. But without, I've never owned a car, even though I know how to drive. Just never bothered to, you know, go get my test until now. But yeah, I've never owned a car, so I mean that definitely affected me in a way of, you know, being spontaneous. Because I used to, even without a car, I was spontaneous and like going on adventures and stuff. You know, within my city, of course, but you know, I'd still go out and like do stuff, but not so much recent years. But I did do that before. You know, so if I do ever get a car back, I may, you know, may spark some of that spontaneism back. But as of now, I'm somewhat of a guy that's just a force of habit, basically. You know, like if I find one place that works, I'm just gonna keep going back there until I outlive its welcome, and then I have to move on. So that's what I'm doing at this Tim Hortons right now. And the thing that sucks about this Tim Hortons is there's only one socket to, out of the whole store, there's only one socket to plug your thing in, your rechargeable or your charger cable or whatever. Only one plug, and it's always hijacked, you know, by one of the homeless people or whatever. Like, they'll be there all night, and that's how I'm always running out of power, because like if you don't get that one spot, you know, I'm not gonna leave the mall early just so I can get the freaking wall jack. Like that's dumb, you know. But and speaking about that, the homeless people I see there, like I see this one woman there. Like I don't remember if I said this in the last video. I probably did, but I'll just say it again real quick. I saw this woman there, and it seemed like it was her first time. I don't know. I'm assuming things, but I already know. Like I already know who all the homeless people are now. And like I seen her when her first day, she had like a whole cart and shit. Like it was like crazy. And then she parked it outside the first night, and then the next night she parked it inside because I guess she didn't want to get it stolen. But like it took up so much space inside the store. I was surprised they didn't even say anything. But the girls that run there, I mean, I gotta say that they're mad cool. They haven't complained once. You know, even when I do fall asleep from time to time there. I mean, it's not long. It's usually only a couple hours. But, you know, they'll be mopping the floor right next to me. They won't say anything. So, and that goes back to, like, what I said. I thought I heard them saying before. Like, I'll be sleeping or, like, in lucid sleeping. And then, like, I'll hear them having conversations, like, you know, how they're, like, feeling sorry for us or whatever, basically. And that's what I was going to go into again. Something else. In the mall. I'm always sleeping in the mall because you could go there early. I just discovered you could go there from like 5 a.m. because they open up the mall early for like all the Asians to walk around and exercise and shit. So, you know, it's always open from like mad early in the morning. So like I go there and I basically just go there and pass out for like a few hours. You know what I mean? And, like, it's so trippy there because, like, again, I was hearing that shit inside there where I'd hear people talking about me or something, but, like, they're not saying it in, like, a negative way. They're just, like I thought I heard this one couple saying something like, or one of the girl, like, that was with a guy that was sitting, like, right next to me. I thought I heard her saying something like, they need to be able to do something better for low-income people or something like that, you know. And I thought she was talking about me because, you know, obviously I'm sleeping there, and I think I just woke up, so it was like, you know. Again, a lot of it feels lucid to me. Like, I don't even know if that all really happened, but I mean, I can't be that tripping that hard if I think I'm hearing it twice or like in more than one location. So, if that's truly what they're saying, it's like, you know, I appreciate that they have that sympathy, because I did have one guy that, like, he looked like he wanted to fight, you know. He looked like he woke me up like in a way, like an aggressive way, you know. But he kept walking though, so I was like, if he had stopped like in front of my, because it's like a table, and then it's like a chair, like a bench on both sides. So, and then there's like a big pillar inside, like right in between me. So most people, like, they don't even take that route, but I don't know why they would, because it's like so tight, but people want to do it anyway. But yeah, that's why he came over and like he woke me up somehow. I don't even remember because I was like, you know, I was tired obviously, but I remember waking up and then he was like saying something. I didn't catch what he said, but like I could tell by his tone and the way how his body language and everything, like he was pissed at something, you know. Maybe he was pissed at me that I was sleeping there, you know, taking up one of the whole tables for myself. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, the place doesn't even start to get popping until like 12 o'clock, 11, 12 o'clock. So like, yeah, what's your problem, man? I'm not hurting anybody. But that's just the ignorance that you have to deal with of some people, you know, just being dickwads. You know, they have no sympathy at all. They're just black. You know, and that's usually foretells that something isn't going along in their lives. You know, that they're unhappy about, but they just need somebody to take it out on. And unfortunately, that just happens to be, you know, the poor guy. So, all right, a little spark up another cigarette. I really shouldn't, because I need to conserve. But, you know, I'm already here. So, we're going to be leaving soon, though, because it's getting freaking cold. Like, I'm, like, freezing right now. I didn't even expect to be here this long. But, I had to record something, you know? But let me get to the real shit that I wanted to talk about before I forget to even talk about that. Yeah, but today was a rough day, you know. A really rough day. I was really feeling alone, lonely. I didn't speak to too many people. My interactions with people are so limited. It's only, like, you know, if they're passing me by, if something drops, I pick it up for them, or I hold the door for somebody, or, you know, speak with the cash register. Like, those are my conversations, my interactions. They're, like, so short and, like,